Even the most paradisiacal places can turn into hell when storm season arrives because Mother Nature is so angry with us that she wants to destroy everything in her path. Today, we bring you the most terrifying moments of storms and floods that will make you think twice before venturing out in the rain again. Hurry up, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell before it's too late. And here is the strongest storm Japan has had in the last 25 years. A flood in Pakistan turned out to be so strong that any obstacle in its path became a trampoline for it. And that's why you can't be under the trees in a storm. This is the Little Chapa waterfall, but it seems to have grown a bit since the downpour. Oh yes, another new movie is streaming. A Swiss mountain village seemed to me the last place where a natural disaster could occur, but I would be wrong. Imagine your plane is taking off, but then a storm blows it off the icy runway. No one was injured. Everyone got scared. The Shaki railway bridge has endured a lot in the last 100 years, but this flash flood was its final battle. Luckily, it was empty. Imagine going to the city for some shopping on a sunny day and finding yourself in the epicenter of an ice tsunami. But floods don't always bring destruction. They help some people save money. And some are already so fed up with this year that it doesn't bother them at all. There's nothing to see here, just kangaroos hopping in the snow, in Australia in winter. This tsunami tide may not look dangerous due to the wave size, but look at the damage it caused in this port. It seems just like strong wind. But wait, this swift storm left a trail of destruction similar to a 64-kilometer wide tornado. Living in a mountain village is everyone's dream, sure, until it gets flooded and turns into a village of waterfalls. This concrete bridge in Pakistan was brought down by a heat wave that melted glaciers and caused a flood, indeed. While losers find oil in their yards, this lucky elderly man found a giant pool full of water. An entire street can be flooded like this with just an hour of rain. And this is what the heaviest rain the South Koreans have ever seen looks like. Thankfully, only the cars were affected. Mother Nature just said, "Get that thing away from me," and took away an entire pipeline. This looks like a disaster movie, but fortunately, instead of a giant wave, there are giant clouds. Due to a flash flood, a part of the road collapsed just behind a parked car. It would have been lost if bystanders hadn't intervened. There's nothing better to deter theft than an ice storm, but you won't appreciate it if you rush to leave your car on an embankment in sub-zero temperatures. Sure, the ice rain can armor your car like the president's, but then how are you going to get in?
Yes!
In New Zealand, the wind is so strong that it can even cancel Christmas, just by knocking down this 70-meter pine tree. Luckily, no one was injured. You've seen how a flood can sweep bikes and cars through the streets, but entire trains, never. The tricky thing about the wind is that you can see it, but that doesn't mean you're safe outside. But then you realize that some cars also want to relax and swim at the water parks sometimes. Imagine you've just bought your first car, but then you look out the window and see this. The happiest day turns into the saddest. This could happen in a flooded area in 2022, and no one would bat an eye. If you know what this is, let us know in the comments. This is a flash flood, a very rare event in the desert. So the driver of the white truck clearly wasn't prepared and had to improvise. He seems to have more faith in his truck than I have in myself. It seems Voldemort has finally found where Harry Potter lives. This is Tiger Leaping Gorge, and this is what happens during the monsoon season. The bottom of this river is about 4 kilometers below. I can think of a worse place to fall. What can be scarier than a kraken in the open sea? A tornado that turns into a water spout. After all, it's real. Due to heavy rains in the United Arab Emirates, the only way to get around this city is by boat, but that only worsens this situation. An 8.1 magnitude earthquake damaged the valves of the Tarvalis power plant, causing an emergency discharge. A flow of 10,000 liters per second then surpassed the 140-meter dam. By the way, carousels aren't the best hiding spots either, although it might seem like it works. This is for anyone who thought hiding from the rain on a Ferris wheel was a good idea. Watch as this tornado from the sky meets a tornado from the ground. It seems like they decided to join forces into a massive super tornado, and that doesn't bode well. Next time you see a crane during a strong storm, remember this video and get out of there as fast as you can. Fortunately, no one was injured as construction had been suspended due to adverse weather conditions. It seems that while Venice is sinking, gondoliers have slightly different problems. Luckily, everyone is fine. Do you think on April Fool's Day 3 years ago, God decided to play a prank in Malaysia? This Indonesian bridge was built at a great height above water level and wasn't supposed to float. Apparently, it was also the only bridge in the region. When you've just come out of the car wash, but no side of the city looks good, no car wash in the world can wash away your karma. That's not a geyser. Someone just ordered home delivery of rain. Damn it, we're literally living in Minecraft biomes. This guy in Luxembourg got the best free view. Meanwhile, his phone's weather forecast, cloudy, good weather for running. This clip will answer all your questions about how storms work. Imagine the force needed to tear off the roof, including parts of the apartments. This security guard was prepared to protect his territory from anything except a gust of wind. This Indian city is in the middle of a desert, and usually rain brings more than it takes away, but not this time. No, it's not a Breaking Bad filter, but the view of a city from inside a sandstorm. The sun just disappears in these powerful storms, and then you find yourself in the upside down. This wind was strong enough to overturn a truck, but not enough to change the driver's route. The only way to keep the population living near the Shalwandi Reservoir on the Yellow River safe is to release water during the flood season. Imagine what a breach in this part would be like. A lightning never strikes twice in the same place. Well, I said twice, not 6. Oh well, never mind. An aircraft carrier got caught in the middle of a storm, and visibility was practically zero, so a plane pilot had to make a blind landing. Judging by the glorious mustache, one would think this was filmed in the 80s. When a typhoon started spinning this crane directly towards this man's apartment, all he could do was cross his fingers. This is one of the 1,300 houses destroyed by severe floods in China. Fortunately, everyone was evacuated in time. People were complaining about the bad weather outside. It's crucial to stay calm during a flood, and most importantly, to remain humane. People were complaining about the bad weather outside, but they had no idea it had just begun. If you've ever wondered why beachfront apartment prices are noticeably cheaper, well, I never guessed it was like this. You won't guess what this police officer does in 34-degree Fahrenheit freezing weather. He's guiding cars to safety in a zero-visibility snowstorm. You're about to find out how quickly a flood can inundate your basement. A real nightmare. The only thing scarier than how easily this tornado tears down power lines is the fact that it can reach speeds of up to 88 kilometers per hour. Imagine how strong the water flow must be to turn into a river of stones. Fun fact of the day, the average scooter weighs 80 kilograms. If I were that woman, I wouldn't open the door. It looks like the sky itself is falling in this Italian port. And indeed, it's a massive hailstorm with wind gusts of up to 100 kilometers per hour. You can put away the umbrella now. Let us know in the comments what is the strongest lightning storm you have seen. While you write, hit the like button at full speed and subscribe. See you in the next video.